Do you have to go in 5 or 10 minutes, or how much time do you have?
No, we do this, we finish, and then
Okay. This is
we can use as much time as you want.
this would be like 10 minutes. So what is this? So I have the camera on. Let me make sure. Yes. So, sorry. This is the introduction of you to you. How often during the day do you look at yourself? You wake up in the morning, go to the bathroom, you brush your teeth, you look in the mirror, I look good, I'm okay, and you start your day. The rest of the day, everybody's looking at you. Do you know what you look like? Do you know what you look like when people say certain things to you? Do you know how you react? You know how you feel, but we don't know what we look like. We don't know what messages we're giving off. So the purpose of the video is for we're to talk, and you're to, after we're done, your homework is to go back and watch this video and to learn about you. When have you spent time just looking at you and looking at you from a third person's perspective? Have you ever seen yourself in a conversation? Have you ever seen how you move your hands, how you react, do you blink? Do you know anything about yourself that way? Not many of us do. So that's the purpose of the video camera, and the purpose of this conversation is for you to meet you. And it's not for you now to say, okay, I can't move, or, just be yourself. It's all about being ourselves. Because the question is, who are you? And this is about you, this whole course is about who are you, and making you become this, not become, but you already are an amazing person. How do we make that amazing person be on the outside all the time, versus sometimes just being on the inside? I started off this course and I asked a question in the very beginning, and I was asking people, what gets you excited? What's something you're really excited about? Can you tell me? Something really exciting.
Can you be more specific?
Sure.
Yeah.
Is there something you're very passionate about? Something that when you tab on or click, you think about that brings a smile to your face? What makes you really happy?
What makes me really happy is when I achieve something good. When I do something and feel like I've put all my energy in it, and I feel like I own the thing, the results. That's what makes me feel happy. And
when's the last time you had that feeling?
Recently, maybe 1 week ago, something. I don't really remember, but I'm working to achieve the results I want. So I'm always in searching.
Good. What makes you really unhappy? When was the last time you were unhappy?
I'm happy in. Last time I can say it was yesterday, maybe.
Wow.
Because I feel like when I have this problem with myself that sometimes I lose the passion of doing things quite exactly as I should do it. So when I don't do things quite well, I sometimes feel like, why didn't I do it good?
What prevents you from doing it?
Maybe different. I might be in different mood, for example.
Why would you be in a different mood? What kind of mood are you talking about?
In terms of thinking different things, sometimes I can have many questions in my head, like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing the other things? or why not doing things which are fun, for example. Why am I spending time here and reading, for example? I study, for example, law. And,
Law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of things, reading and stuff, so sometimes it's unmotivating when you read too much.
Are you saying that sometimes when you're doing things, you start thinking about other things?
Yeah. Other things which can, like, for instance, like, I need to go to Facebook. Oh, why not sitting and watch something good on TV, for example? So,
Is that frustrating?
uh,
Do you give in to that sometimes?
in my head, when I think about it, it can be a little bit, can lose the motivation a little bit in what I'm doing, which sometimes can be confusing instead of focusing on what I really should do. Oh, sometimes I can get this feeling that, am I good enough, for example?
What do you mean?
Am I capable of doing something big, for example? And at the same time, I have these feelings of encouraging myself. Yes, I can do this. Yes, I deserve to be where I'm at right now, and I can achieve something good. So, different feelings in there.
Do you believe you could accomplish something big?
I believe I can accomplish something big. I've already accomplished something big.
What have you accomplished?
No, I managed, came in Norway for 7 years ago, and I've managed to get good grades as any other kids in Norway, and I've managed to go to one of the best schools in Norway. So why not? I can achieve anything. That's.
Is there anything that you see that you think is holding you back?
Well,
Be honest.
of course, there's always something which can hold me back.
What is it?
You know, even though I can deny it. It's like sometimes you feel differently from others. You feel like you're different from others. You know, you feel like others. Maybe it's probably one of these discussion we had about talking about use it as what do you call it?
To your advantage.
To advantage. If you're different, use it as your advantage, and that's the main fight there. How can I use it in my advantage all the time? Why should I put myself down all the time? So
when you put yourself down, what do you say to yourself?
You know, sometimes when you feel like you haven't done something, when you feel like other people are in front of you, for example, then you get this feeling, why I'm not in the same level as them, for example. Why not? What did I do wrong? Why not me? Those are some of the questions which I can have in my head. And at the same time, I feel it's very encouraging, for example, to come in a course and see some different aspects and then go back and try to change it, to change my way of thinking.
Is it your way of thinking that's your biggest challenge?
I think my way of thinking is my biggest challenge. Sometimes can be good, sometimes can be bad. I need, what do you call it? Something monotone. What do you call it?
Gradual or steady? Consistent?
Yeah, consistent. Something which can lead me constantly up. Because sometimes I can be up and down, down.
Is it other people that make you go up and down, or is it a mental thing? Is it a place? What triggers that?
Maybe small things. Small things like, for example, when you're talking to, I gave you an example about, when you talk to other kids, same people in the class, for example, and you feel like when they have done something extra, for example, and you feel like, well, I'm not in the same level. Or, for example, maybe something at home, for example.
Be more specific.
Like, for example, argue with your parents, for example. Maybe that. For example, with friends, feel like you try to show your idea, but they pull it down, for example. So,
Do your friends put down your ideas often?
I have some friends who really are demotivating.
And in what way?
But if you try to come with something good idea and it's put you in a way of negative thinking, and I try to get rid of them, most of them, because trying to put you down and your ideas down, oh, who are you, do you think you are, who does. But I feel like there's a lot of things I can't just describe it in one. There's a lot of things which are in my head at the same time. That's why maybe I might be confusing in explaining it.
No. You mentioned a moment ago about arguing with your parents. Do you argue with your parents over things that you see are wrong, or do you argue with your parents because of what they say or do, or how often do you argue?
Some things may affect on other things, and actually I don't argue a lot with my parents. Mostly we discuss.
Okay.
But sometimes I might do something stupid, for example, and because I'm trying to be, my parents are very, when we deal, we're based on deal, we do deal together and we stay on that deal, and then we go to the next level, up. So that means some of the deals we did back then, you can just break them and just got to keep them, And sometimes deals can be used in different terms, so different aspects. So sometimes you feel you break the deals which you're not supposed to break, for example. Things which are very basic, like.
Is it upsetting?
It's very upsetting. It's like, come on, man, why am I doing this?
So you're angry at yourself?
Yeah, sometimes I can be angry at myself.
What happens when you're angry at yourself?
And stay calm, and I'll go deeply down and then try to find motivation again, and then come across it.
What is deeply down?
Deeply down, it's like going down and analyze what I've done